Good day, my routers. This is a video in response to Sparky 107's wanting to know how the solar system is working and what I'm using. Solar panel I'm using is the main one is 25 watt, 12 volt solar panel sold through Harbor Freight under the Thunderbolt line. The amperage output is 1.75 amp. That coupled with three other smaller ones, which I have no idea what their wattage output is. All I know is they're combined, all of them are now producing the same voltage. That all until it's tied together. Coming down, they all come through that hole, which I know I need to get some silicone around it. The three smaller panels go into the 12 gauge wire, running that's all running down. It all ties in right here. I know this is the next weak link I need to replace to get that more current. Just this side here is from that 25 watt panel, which is that 1.75 amp, which all this goes together into a quick disconnect in case that takes a crap again. Then you have your battery. This here's the leg you need to always connect first with the solar regulator charger. Realistically, I found out that this is a pulse width modulated, or PWM, charge controller, or regulator in this situation. All solid state circuitry, and it's all SMD components. Which, as you guys can see, this comes down and it separates. Yes, I need to get the wiring color code straight, but it's working right now. This side here, where my fingers are on, is the positive leg, and of course the opposite is negative. The biggest thing is you have to make sure your polarity is all the same. Now, from here, power goes in and out to the batteries all the time. Comes back up through here, through the charge controller, regulator in this case, then to your output, aka, as Sparky would know it as, the load side. Which in this situation I did bump up the 12 gauge wire. This side is the negative, this side is the positive. Current voltage coming out here is now 13 volt. The more charge those batteries get, which their top is supposed to be around 14.8, which as time and money permit, I will be upgrading that. Which, one side, the way I have it set up is the traditional way we would set it up for power distribution underneath the layout, which is the reason why I went this way. Well, these two wires lead up to an inverter, and in a moment you'll see exactly how monstrous this sucker is. Yes, you're reading right. 12 volt DC at 30 amp max. And Sparky, designed in your home country, but assembled in China. I've had this for going on, oh hell, a good 15 or more years. Yes, I do have plans to ground it, and yes, and this bolt does ground. I've already checked it for continuity through the panels, and it is producing a continuous voltage, well, continuous reading on the ohm side. Now, getting back, following these wires back. The other two wires, and this is where the voltage drop hits. At this point, I'm using 12. I have 18 gauge going over to the system, which you can't see that right now. But within this distance of just over 14 feet, the voltage drop is a pretty staggering amount. Which it may not sound like much to everybody, but a voltage drop is still a voltage drop, and it's not a good thing, as Sparky can attest. In the 14 feet, which I'm using stranded wire, there's nothing wrong with stranded wire. It's actually better for a heavier duty current flow. But from this point back to where my command station is, there's a 0.6 voltage drop. And that's including factoring in the crimp connections, which I have soldered the two underneath here to decrease the voltage drop. But the beauty of this is providing totally free electric. There's nothing hooked to the grid. Heck, even this, excuse me for a second, stupid vampires, aka mosquitoes. But that there is producing, I want to say like 10 or 15 amps of power on the output from 30. It's a pretty significant current loss, but what can we do? If we want 110 AC, we have to pay out the nose somehow. And I watched the power output. It fluctuates a little bit. But what I'm doing right now is trying to get these batteries fully charged up. I'm going to buy a second one of these big batteries and hook it up on the far side of the layout over by the command station. Then I'm going to run two heavy gauge, number 10 gauge wire, which I just so happen to have about 100 feet of. It might actually be heavier gauge than that. I got more floating around here, heavier gauge wire. That'll be also probably end up being reconnected back to where the command station is. If you can see where that PR3 is, which is the little odd-shaped box attached to layout back there. That's where the command station lives and powers the whole layout from there. That's an 8 amp DCS 200. But as of right now, guys, this is filmed at 5:30 in the afternoon. I had the sleep study done, sleep deprived EEG done this morning, and yeah, first thing this morning, thunderstorm. That should tell you how my day started. And it was a severe thunderstorm too, so it made it even more fun. But as of right now, I've got a bunch of odds and ends I gotta get done first before the command system can go back online, which right now you can see it. It's that little white box. There's also a PM42, and eventually we'll be getting tied back into it as a UR91, which is a simplex radio throttle system, which is one of the better systems that Digitrax has. That's my opinion. That's why personal preference is, which I think Vinny understands why. The duplex system, in my opinion, is a under-engineered pile of crap. It should have never been brought out. They should have just went straight to the Wi-Fi, which hence for the PM42, well, the PR3. My next goal, to run from the house, which I will, from where I'm standing, about from here to that corner, it's 35 feet. I still gotta run Cat 5 out here to get, so I can have internet out here, and so we can eventually do live streams. Around the corner, and far side of the house, from here I'd say it's probably close to 100 feet. So I'm probably looking at every bit of 300 feet of cable. What I'll do is I'll probably end up buying a 500 to 1,000 foot roll. That way I can have a redundant line. And what I gotta do when I do that is I'm gonna run out from the house to the garage, so we have Wi-Fi in the garage. Because I plan on restoring my late grandfather's truck, which I don't know if I ever showed you the cars that we have here. The Dodge pickup is an 04 Ram. It just hit 205,000 miles. That's gotta be, I'm in the process of talking to my mother about buying it off of her. And there's a laundry list of headaches assorted with that. But that truck was my grandfather's last truck, new. When he bought it, back in 05, it had, well, actually 04, because I got to drive it the last year of me being in high school. That truck there has been all over the United States practically. It's been all the way out to Ohio, Pittsburgh numerous times. So I don't want to leave that truck go for sentimental reasons, but I gotta put a bunch of money into it, including shocks, brakes, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Which the biggest thing is gonna be, I have to put new rings on it and probably have the cylinders checked. It's a V8, in case you guys are wondering. The other vehicle is an 03 Mercury Grand Marquis, which up in Canada, not Mercury, but Lincoln. Well, technically they're all the same car, just different badges. That, in case you guys were wondering how to tell the difference between a Canadian Ford and an American Ford, or Mercury, or whatever. 90% of the time, it's the grill. It's the telltale one. But as soon as I get the vehicle situation finalized, which I am literally licking my chops on getting that truck. Because if I can get that truck, that's an 8-foot bed, which opens the world possibilities again for me. But the goal with that is to get that in my name and under my insurance. I had those goof-ups I had a few months back cost me to be kicked off my mother's insurance. I told her to take me off, but we know parents. But in case you guys are wondering, there's a reason why it's a disaster up here. We've been having storms every day this week. And there's my two little mascots. My little buddy, Little One, and Pumpkin. Hint, hint, the chesty cat. Pumpkin! As you can see, those two are inseparable. That's why I'm calling them my mascots. Little One's practically out here with me every day. I will be getting to cutting this coming week, guys. Just I had to deal with 24 hours of no sleep. But things are progressing which right now, Sparky, you can get a better idea on how long that panel is. It's close to 4 foot long. And so far, I have not had any issues with it. Which, you do have a couple options with the warranties. You can get up to a 5-year limited warranty on them, which covers any, say, electrical strikes or such. And they replace them, no questions asked, which is a nice feature. Next thing I will be working on is installing fuse lines or fusible links in each of those wires, so just in case lightning does hit, as protected. The other thing I plan on doing after I get the voltage booster circuit built, which is the next thing on my list, that way I can tap it. Once I get a second one of those batteries, I can then tie into the system and power those nice 24 volt lights. Which, yes, I have checked, they will not work on 12 volt. They do work, but it's so damn dim it's not even funny. But the circuit I need is what they call a boost converter. It takes 12 volt or any lower voltage and through some wizardry bumps it up to a usable voltage that you need. But that's where I stand, guys. And Sparky, if you need any more information, all the parts are Thunderbolt solar, which, as you can see, which most of the time, if you watch, this is the most recent flyer I'm about to show you guys for a store close to me. Which, if I had the money, there's the system I would buy. Thunderbolt Magnum Solar. One of these panels is an amp and 0.75. All 4 of them, combined output, hence the 7 amp at 100 watt. Now you know. But as far as the tools from Harbor Freight, there's a YouTuber by the name of capital A, V, capital V, or E. He has done a review, a death match with this in the blue version. The red one's the superior one. And this thing here, it's not even worth the damn money it's made out of. But for as far as most of the stuff we need, like batteries and such, I mean, you can't beat the prices. I mean, come on. That's the typical bits I use. I mean, they're saying it's Sparky uses and I use. But this just goes to show you, this is what's available in my local one. One of the things I highly recommend if you have a car, do any work on cars. I got 3 of them here. I just had to get around to it. But there's the other one that I was saying it wasn't worth the money they're selling it for. Believe it or not, in this situation, the cheaper one's actually the more robust one. This just goes to show you what Harbor Freight offers on their sales. And notice, I have the Ryobi version, well, almost that version I saw. This one's a sliding compound, which if you guys are starting, you need a good tool cart for working on your layout. You can't beat the price tag. Those drawers are big enough to fit most guys' engines for when you're first starting out. But there's a whole bunch of other odds and ends in there. You can find precision screwdrivers, or in my case, saying I can go through heavy, $1.80 for these bits. And notice the size. A 16th inch. And these are the good bits. These work perfectly for ripping in, as AVE says, dead tree carcasses, aka good old plywood and pine. Which, in my situation, I'm not picky. If I get access to hardwood, I use hardwood. But I've already done the math on the helix here. I gotta add an additional layer, which is gonna be an additional pain, because that means I have to break out the track gang and start relaying track. Like, I really wanted to go through that. But before I do that, I gotta lay that little stretch. The life of a mall railroader. But that's the end of the video for today, guys. Hopefully the next day or so I can get back, well, tomorrow I can get back out here and get some progress made. Which I have picked up another piece of plywood. Perks of working on a construction site. Anything that's in the dumpster is fair game. And now the shutdown for the night. Because that's all the longer I came out for, guys. Been up for over 24 hours. So guess where my butt's heading? To bed. I might be, if anybody's doing a live stream, I might pop on for a little bit and just sit and chat. But Sparky, this is the video that you requested me do. I will be keeping you guys posted on how well the system works over the next couple months. And Nick Tingate, when you get down here, we got some work to do, bud. Because I want to get this system a little bit beefier. Which also, don't be surprised if we do a collaboration to help him get his layout up and operational. So Nick, bring your tools down. We'll do a build/op session. If you don't mind helping me do some hookup underneath the layout. This half over the other side of here is operational. It's just this section here needs to be hooked up and troubleshot before running. But I am still planning on doing the showdown in Tidewater, guys. Just please keep me in your prayers, because Thursday is going to be the day that I find out the news. I was able to squeak in like a 15-minute nap during the test, but that's because they wanted me to fall asleep during it, so they can actually study my brainwaves, which the guys doing the testing didn't see anything out of the norm, which is so far a good sign. And also an update on my uncle. As of 3 hours ago, he was out of surgery and recovering from the hip replacement. He had dual hip replacement, which, because of him, all this siding and the roof is what was done. Which, so you guys are aware, technically this is my uncle's property. But gotta work on things one thing at a time. Anyway, Southern 207 out. And if you have any questions or comments, or you like what you saw, and want more information, please drop a comment in the comment box below. And hopefully tomorrow I can get back to cleaning house and getting this layout back up and operational. Again, Southern 207 out.